Sam before, were you disappointed that you didn't have a game that Saturday to sort of keep that momentum going?
To cement it, yeah, it would have been nice, but it's you've got to say it was our own doing. We got out the Scottish Cup, so it would have been nice to have one. It did. I'm like you, Steve. It did feel like a win because I was disappointed not to win the game, but we looked as if we were going to lose it, and I'm hoping that's a turning point because I think we showed the spirit that I wanted. I think we showed the desire that we could easily have felt sorry for ourselves, just chucked in the towel, but we didn't, and that's what I've got here with the group. They're a brilliant bunch of boys. Since the start of the season, I know it's not been going our way lately, but I think they've shown to everybody how much they want to succeed, and that was really pleasing that they kept going.
The games against Thistle, I said before, they're always the most entertaining games we've seen this season. Do you think that'll, not that the boys needed it, but maybe give a wee bit more encouragement going forward for their game? I
think it's got to. Surely human nature's going to give you more confidence, more positivity. It's another great opportunity for us, but it's a difficult again fixture because our form's not been great, and they're obviously beat Kilmarnock, their biggest rivals, so they're going to be coming up here with confidence. Every fixture in this, as we've talked about for weeks now, is vital, and this is no different.
Another new manager you're facing, Lee Bullen, obviously said some good wins against Kilmarnock and to be able to Bros to build, didn't he? So have you been impressed with his start and what you expecting from them on Saturday?
Yeah, I've looked at a lot of their footage. I know what they'll bring because it's a different manager from what was there. I thought they'll bring their own ideas, so we've looked at plenty. We know what they'll bring. They certainly get men forward as well, as they showed when they got the winner against Kilmarnock when their wee left back scored. He scored against us earlier in the season as well, right enough, but they commit people forward and the confidence is high, but it's a team that if we're at the top of our game and we're playing the way we can play, that we should definitely be taking something out of the game. We should be, if we play at the top of our form, I think we should be beating Ayr United, but it's not always been the case, as you know, when a team are down at the bottom and one's at the top, that they can beat one another because they've got different things to play for.
And then lastly, how's Roddy and Aaron specifically? How are they boys getting?
Aaron's back, Roddy's still getting a wee niggle, so Aaron's back in full training, which is great, with no reaction, which is really good to know and to see for the rest of the boys. So yeah, it's good to see him back.
Right, good luck Saturday, mate.
Cheers, Stevie.
Good Billy, just have more options on the bench as well.
It's always nice, isn't it? Different positions, because the amount of subs we can make now as well, Alistair, where we can look at it and think, right, okay, we can do this. You don't want to be gung-ho because that means you're desperate, but in the position we've found ourselves in recent games, it's nice to look behind you and see there's a few to come off the bench, and certainly Aaron going, he's not played for a wee while, we've got to be realistic, no rush him, but certainly having him as an option is brilliant.
I was talking to Logan this week, really bright young lad and full of enthusiasm for it. Does that help? When you've got a squad that's maybe been not in a rut, but in a difficult patch.
No, there's that Alistair, there's no problem mentioning. I know we're trying to pussyfoot around results, but we haven't had the best of results. But we've shown. Everybody's looking to see how you handle certain situations. When we go down 3 times against Partick, you can easily go, oh well, we're not in a good running form, we'll just we'll get it right the next game and we move on. They didn't, they wanted to get it right that game, so that was pleasing. Logan certainly added to that when he came on. I thought he was great, really looked lively. I think a couple of weeks training's helped the boy with obviously his situation at Dundee United where he wasn't playing regularly. So I'm hoping to see the best of him in the coming weeks because I've been delighted with what I've seen so far.
Yeah.
Billy, is that 10-day break that you've had since the Partick Thistle game something that you could use in your favour in a way, just when you've added a few players at the top end of the park, just having that extra time on the training ground with them? Yeah,
but I still want them to hit the ground running now. I want it to happen now. We're not in a situation where we can have time to spare, where we can wait and wait for them, showing what they're capable of. We have to get them going now. We have to be winning games. We have to keep ourselves in the contention for the title, and I fully believe that we are. But we need results. We're not going to kid ourselves on and say, oh well, we can get away with just another draw here and there. We have to start winning games. And yeah, it's nice to have 10 days off after Thistle. It did feel like a win, as Stevie said, but we still have to start winning games. That's the bare facts of it all.
Billy, could I just get your reaction to the manager departures this week? And I guess it just goes to show the fragility of a manager's position at any club.
It's a tough gig. We all know that when we come into it. Sometimes you're harshly dealt by, and I've had a few sackings myself, so I know how I felt at the time about a certain few. But we all keep going back for more. We know the nature of the beast. We know how the game works. We know how people are desperate for results. And the managers know what they're getting themselves into, and I feel for every one of them. Yeah, there's a few harsh ones, and there's a few where you were looking at thinking, oh, just please win a game soon, because we all feel it. We're managers. We know what happens to you. You come under pressure, you feel the need to win a game, and that's the way it's got to be in football. But there's still harsh decisions being made, and there's a few of the managers going out the game this week where they'll be feeling exactly that, Brandon.
Yeah, and given that, and given the current run of form at the moment, I think it's 8 games at the moment without a win, although there's a few draws in there. And given what we've seen with the managers going, do you feel any sort of pressure at the moment?
You always feel pressure. You always feel some sort of pressure. Again, going back to the human nature, you'd be daft if you didn't think about the pressure. But I'm positive. I'm so positive, and I think you saw that with Partick. It's the one thing where I'm looking at and saying, okay, this will test us. We've gone a goal down in a game early, we battle back. We then lose another one, and we go 2-1 down, we battle back. I've got no problems with what my players bring or their mentality in terms of we are not giving up. And I thought it was brilliant because we had a really good period. I look back at the game again where we were starting the second half with 20 minutes where I thought, oh, we're going on to win this, and then we lost the penalty, which can floor you, and they said, no, we're coming back for more. And it wasn't just about the equaliser against Partick. I thought we missed a right few chances. Within that period, Sam Pearson hit the bar, Billy Mackay knocked 1 inches past the post, and then we got our equaliser as well. We've got plenty in hand here, and we'll start winning matches when we bring everything together. But it's got to be soon, of course.
So I suppose you always feel under pressure, every manager does, and you understand the fragility of management, as you said, but I suppose you have the confidence that you can turn this recent run of form around. Yeah, but it's not. It's times when we needed wins. We've been getting draws. I know we've had 3 defeats as well, but we've had decent draws. Then we've had a couple of disappointing draws, and of course the defeats are disappointing. But I think anybody who was at the Partick game saw what we can bring. And we've had setbacks this season. We've had to handle them as well. That's no excuse. My team have got plenty. Whether it's mentality, ability, just they're bringing plenty to the table, and when they need it to do it most, because I think Partick Thistle would have been a really sore one for us, we just kept going at it, and I can see it, I can feel it. We're due to get a result really soon, and if we bring the same performance level against Partick with the right mentality, but just don't give away silly goals, I think we'll be winning games. Does that make the games that are coming up at the moment even more crucial, given what's happened over the past week?
I think we are 11 games to go. I think every game's crucial. I think that's where we're at now. If we want to have any aspirations to win the title, we have to take a fair percentage of results out of those 11 games. And I'm asking my team for a. It's not a last push, but it's it's coming to that where we have 9 games left. Well, we've got 11 just now, but after the next couple of games, we'll have 9 left. It's the last quarter, and I'm asking for a big push to go and get the results required that are either going to win the league or put us in the playoffs.